All right, the SPY is still hanging out near all-time highs. I think it actually this morning it hit all-time highs. Double check that. I'm pretty sure it did right at the open. Yeah, looks like it. Um, Although I think the futures are down this evening, so who knows what to expect tomorrow. Just be careful out there. It has not been fantastic trading, but we're rooting out the good ones and finding a couple every day, and that's really all you need if you know where to look and have the right stocks on watch and how to trade them. Um, so what I'm watching for tomorrow is CBI. I had this on Bounce Watch today, and there were no trades in it, and I actually like it more now because now you've got a bigger candle. The range on today's candle is wider than I think probably any candle since the gap down. So this is definitely a great candidate for an overdue snapback bounce. So let's keep our eyes on that one. Love to see a flush below 20 tomorrow, but we don't. I don't try to get too predictive about what I'm going to look for. Just trade as it sets up. But just having said that, whole numbers divisible by 10, 10, 20, 30, etc. After a big sell-off, a lot of times you can get a flush below that whole number where it takes out a lot of stops and then reverses. It might also gap up and open at 22 tomorrow. I don't know. So that's kind of one thing I'd like to see, but we'll see. GES straight down 4 days in a row now. Kind of you got that whole number scenario there. It went down to 10 today, closed at 10:02. After 4 days down, I think this is worth watching for potential bounce as well. Same with CAR nearing that 22 I talked about. It goes back on Bounce Watch. No trades in it today. NK had a really nice rally from like $3 to almost 5, and now we've got one down day on a little bit lower volume. Maybe that one's already ready to turn back up. It's certainly worth watching. There's not a lot of great stocks out there right now. Not a lot of great setups, I should say. XGTI. Real quick, I'm going to show you the intraday. Sometimes a morning gap play, and this is what I mean by finding one or two to take trades in, right, on any given day can have a nice day. You can see what I did here. This was my profit and loss right here, 1464.13 in XGTI today. And it was as simple as getting long. I'm showing you, I believe these are 2-minute candles, maybe 5. Yeah, they're 2-minute candles. Getting long here on a 2-minute buy setup is actually the entry was right about there at 180 and selling into that spike on the way up. Massive volume, so you could have had plenty, you had plenty of liquidity, take a trade. And then again, volume coming in, looking for, in anticipation of a higher day break, what we call a Tokyo trade, getting long somewhere in here and selling through the push through two. This is not a monster trade, or these are not the huge follow-throughs that we've seen in the somewhat recent past. But the low floaters just aren't really ripping right now. This just goes to show you can still make decent money on them, even if they don't move up 50% after your entry, like we've all seen them do. You can still make decent money if your entry is right. It's all about timing your entry, scaling out into the move, and protecting your entry right after you get any kind of a move, right? So having said all that, this is definitely one to watch tomorrow. Look at 25 million shares, huge breakout, nice close, above $2 and above its open, right? And above like 3 months worth of trading. You get this long sideways base here. So a nice breakout today. This is definitely one to watch for a follow through tomorrow. LTBR had a nice breakout today. I don't want to chase it, but it's worth watching. All right, it's just worth watching for a red to green, something like that. Again, be careful tomorrow because we don't know if the market's going to gap down or what. But the beauty of being in cash every night is it doesn't matter if the market gaps down. PIRS. You had this nice pop, a flag, a secondary pop, another flag, and then a tertiary pop, if you will. It did close above $4. It did give back, closed a little bit off of its highs for the day, and it also feels a little extended. You can see where it closed and where the 20-day is. So having said that, we go to the weekly. You can see it's pretty close to all-time highs. Look like they were around 440. So, again, I'm not in love with this. If you can tell in my tone, the tone of my voice, because it's a little extended. But I definitely want to watch it. It might give a low-risk setup and a pop tomorrow. Hertz HTZ is interesting to me over this 2 or 3 day high down here. You're finding buyers around the last couple days. You got a couple bottoming tails. So this one might finally give a decent bounce tomorrow. And then WKHS, you had this nice bounce here, and then a secondary day, and then it looked like it was rolling over today and ended up closing inside of yesterday's range, but above its open. So it's kind of interesting, and there it is on 15s. So you kind of have a big cup and handle here, right? From here, you kind of see the cup and handle over this little flag here. This one might continue higher, right? It had a really nice move back here from like $2 to almost 450. So it's certainly one to watch. Not a big list today, and again, be careful tomorrow. Hopefully we can catch a gapper or two, or one of these pan out, and I can go about my day after getting my daily goal. So we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.